Okay, yeah. Greetings, Tendani and Michael. How are you?
I'm well, and you?
We are
Very well.
Are you
Are you
good?
well, Tendani, down there in Limpopo?
Yes, yes, we are very much well, and it's raining and raining nonstop.
Wow, that's rain. Rain is what we want. Um, I wanted us just to talk a little bit about COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club because some people have said that they hear a lot of talk about Friends and Supporters Club, but they don't really know what it is all about. Are you having the same challenge, or is that clear for you, Mike?
For me, I think because I know,
Yes, yes, Tandani.
oh yeah, I was saying for me, I think because I know and I've read about it, I understand. But I think it is important that we educate or tell people about friends and supporters, community friends and supporters. What is it all about?
Yes,
Mm, mm,
yes,
mm.
absolutely, Mike.
Yes, if you could just unpack it more and make it more clear to somebody who's just tuning in now to our live and to understand it within a matter of 2 minutes. What is
Yeah,
COMETSA
yeah,
Friends and Supporters Club all about?
wonderful. There's history behind it. We were established in 1997 as a development organization. And the first activity was really about football. But in 2006, we realized
Mm,
that not everybody was really having space within the activities that we were involved in. Then we
mm,
decided that we must have a non-profit organization that will accommodate the multiple interests. In other ways, if you
mm,
were not playing football or you were not really involved in any of the projects that we were running, you could actually
mm,
support them by just being a member. And then we
mm,
decided to call it it is an NPO where the friends, members, and supporters of COMETSA come together to support the
mm,
initiatives of our organization. So that
mm,
was really the so and then it grew up to a point where we had to put together the vision, the mission, and the objectives. So the vision is to provide development and social life opportunities for the
mm,
members, friends, and supporters by organizing networking functions, events, special hours, and development programs. That is the
mm,
vision. And within that vision, you also have the mission, that organizing of networking functions, events, special offers, and development programs for the members. So it's a vision and mission in one. And the main objective really is to mobilize support and ensure that the members experience quality of life by belonging to the organization. It is the only NPO within the
mm,
group. And therefore, it's really a very, very important platform through which we organize so many activities. And you know very well that currently the main activities of Commercial Friends and Supporters Club is the monthly Lekgotla. And maybe that is one
mm.
experience that many members have. And maybe your comment on that and how what value do you find in the Lekgotla series? Tendani?
Yes, thank you, Sam. Well, maybe my first experience with Lehotla, I remember very well. Uh, I couldn't connect, so I was hearing from one of the members as well, one of the friends of COMETSA. But
Yes.
I've then learned a lot from it because just the principle or the methodology on its own, it's a lesson of things that we do not even take regard when it
Mm,
comes to our organization or even when it comes to any gathering that you can hold. I've learned that
mm,
there's chance to give each other chances when it comes to talking. You cannot just be and the higher voice. Even on family meetings as well, it has also taught me that you wait for your turn to come. You don't just interject. You don't always have a comment. Um, you always listen to other people's views, because that is very important as well. And applying it to a day-to-day life as well, it's working for me personally.
Yes. Beautiful. Mike, you have experienced the Hotla in 2017, and you are now going through it again in 2021. You must be an expert already on the Hotla methodology.
Yeah, yes, definitely. One of those who experienced it in 2017, and it was quite impactful. More especially because it was just on my early days after high school level. It quite played an impactful role, coming from high school where there is not necessarily a order in terms of everything, and you just jump into the hotla, whereby now you are sitting with adults and they are taking you through a certain journey of how people do things on the adultary level and on how they engage with one another.
Good stuff. So the other point I think that maybe the members or the listeners may want to know about is that the membership within the organization is made up of the individuals and the corporates. So the individuals pay 260 rands a year to belong to the organization, and that gives them the opportunity to attend events at reduced rates. As you know, that this coming weekend we have the internal and external mentors, Lehotla, and that is costing 250 for members and 450 for non-members. So there's a huge difference there. And the corporate members is quite heavy. It's 50,500, but that will be because that the corporate members have many things that we can do for them as members and as an organization, especially when it comes to the projects that they run in the communities, be either identification of future talents, could also be that we give them exposure in large numbers to our programs. And I thought that maybe we could also just list some of the benefits that, especially for corporate members, one is the access to youth talent pool, not just the youth talent pool in terms of making available our members and their families, but actually developing them through this Lehotla series. If you come to Lehotla, you will find that the age is not an issue. You find young people in the Lehotla with adults and experienced and unexperienced together. We also saying that the benefits is the development of, it's the development projects identification. If you take somebody like you, Tendani, sitting down there in Limpopo, it's very difficult for corporates to identify needy projects. But if they speak to somebody that is embedded in a particular region, you will be able to tell them what type of projects that particular region require. The third benefit is the creation of employment brand. Organizations that appears to be identifying with progressive organizations, because like COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club, we want their brand to be made visible, and by just being part of us, even just coming to our Lehotla and you appear in the Lehotla, and then afterwards when you give feedback, we stream the Lehotla live. Your colleagues actually get inspired. So, wow, there are some of us who are really doing meaningful stuff out there. Corporate brand positioning is very important for organizations. They don't just support. Creation of globally oriented culture. I mean, we have a reach that goes beyond borders. And that is also giving access to those networks that are across the borders. And then, of course, even identification of development programs internationally. Leadership development, by all means. The mentorship programs we run, the executive coaching programs that we run through the Lehotla Way, even the Lehotla Way methodology itself, as Tendani mentioned, is a way of actually facilitating conversations, resolving conflicts, building teams, So those are some of the benefits. And the culture of continuous learning is one benefit that I would like to believe that is quite very, very visible. And of course, now maybe might you work very closely with our user-friendly website, COMETSA.club.africa. I mean, just share with our members or potential members when they go onto that platform, what they can do with that platform.
Basically, on the platform, the moment you click on the website, it gives you options on whether you want to know more about COMETSA events, you want to know more about COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club, or you want to join COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club. So basically, the website has everything, all the information that is required for the public to join us.
Yeah. So it's interactive. So if somebody wants to attend an event, what will be the steps that they will go through to the point that they have a ticket to the event, even though it's a Zoom event or even live event? What will be the natural steps that they will have to follow?
Yes, immediately after clicking on the website, they click on join, and on join you show options on you put on your email address. The moment you put on your email address, it gives you options on are you joining as a pro bono, are you joining as a non-member, or are you a member? And the moment you click on the member or non-member, it sends me a notification at the office to say somebody is trying to join, somebody joined this event, and it also issued an invoice to the person. Therefore, if the moment I receive a proof of payment, I authorize the attendance of the membership.
Yeah, it must be a good feeling. Tendani,
Yes.
You have enrolled for this coming weekend's event. How was the experience?
It's always a good experience. With all the events that I've attended, the social media practitioner, and many other. It's a learning experience, and with good results after it, because you go in. I'm saying going in, even if it's virtual, you go into an event with no idea of what you're going to find or to receive, and you go out a different person. And the way you look at things, as an entrepreneur, there isn't nothing that you can do without being mentored, or having people who had experience sharing their own experience with you. And you would realize that probably what you've been through, it's just actually just a grain of sugar in an ocean, because there's people who have experienced a lot, and that serves as a lesson to those that are still coming into the entrepreneur world. So I would advise everybody to, whatever event that you see being advertised from COMETSA, once you join us, once you become a member or a supporter or a friend of COMETSA, I would say do not try and miss any event, because it's a different package. Everything becomes very new all the time.
I'm very excited about the upcoming event this coming Saturday, the Internal and External Mentors Network, the Lekgotla Way. I was looking at the package that we are going to present. It's unbelievable. We'll spend the whole morning going through the theory and the concepts, and we're planning that in the afternoon we will then have the feedback from the mini Lekgotlas. And this time we're going to do it in a style. What we're planning to do is that we'll go off Zoom and then onto the StreamYard. And then all of us will then go onto the COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club page on Facebook and watch our scribers, our rapporteurs and chairpersons giving feedback. In other words, experience your own work being presented to the public by the rapporteurs and the chairpersons, and then you will come back. You'll come off the StreamYard into the Zoom to then do the checkouts. I mean, that's going to be beautiful. I really can't wait. But the beautiful thing here is that we have stepped up to the challenge during this COVID-19 by actually not stopping our Lekgotla series. I mean, Tendani, obviously you haven't experienced a real face-to-face Lekgotla. Those who have experienced face-to-face Lekgotla, have you experienced face-to-face Lekgotla?
No, I haven't. I've been just doing virtual all the time since I joined. It's just been Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. I've not gotten a chance to eat some croissants and some muffins.
Hey, I tell you, those who have attended a face-to-face Lekgotla at Mana Lodge here in Kempton Park, and also we also sometimes we're at Kopano. Just arriving at the Lekgotla is like unbelievable. But I'm glad that through Zoom we are actually continue that experience. But I can't wait for post-COVID-19 when we will be meeting face to face. It transforms you. It's unbelievable experience. But that's why we are trying to make it interactive over the coming weekend going forward, so that people really experience the magic of it. But there are two things that we are trying to deliver through the Lekgotla. You all received the Lekgotla manual, which is really the whole write-up about the Lekgotla methodology and the history of the African Lekgotla methodology, and how years before our elders used to get together and resolve issues and learn and share information. But then that on its own is not the end product. That is a means to a product. The product here, if you take the upcoming Saturday Lekgotla, it's about teaching people about internal and external mentorship. But using the Lekgotla to unpack the content that we'll have delivered in the morning. Now, when you walk out of bed, if you're coming for the first time, you have actually experienced the Lekgotla methodology. And on top of that, you have then also learn content. It's almost like an accelerated way of actually developing yourself. And if you look at that, COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club is bringing this content, this knowledge, in such such lesser amount. Because if you were to go into real people who are doing these things for money, you'll pay about 5,000 rand for a full-day program like this, and you will still not walk away with the quality knowledge that we normally walk away with.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. The content that is shared there is quite insightful and yes,
absolutely. So now, I mean, the Tendani, I don't know whether you've had the opportunity to go through their website. If you go into cometsaclub.africa and under events, you literally have schedule of the monthly Lekgotla up to December. And just to share with the listeners, we started this coming weekend is the internal and external mentors network, the Lekgotla Way. And then in April, on the 10th of April, we then have Public Relations and Communications Network, the Lekgotla Way, followed in May by the Business Consultants Network, followed in June by Youth Empowerment Network, followed by the Equal Opportunities and Employment Equity in July. And of course, the August, the month of our mothers, is the Women Empowerment Network Lekgotla. I can't wait for that one. And then September is our Heritage Month. We are going to talk diversity management and inclusion. And then I think October is Governance and Compliance Network. And November is Entrepreneurship Month. We're going to talk Entrepreneurship Development Network. And because we have been talking so much, we'll have been talking so much throughout the year, we conclude the lineup in December with the Public Speakers Network. That will be the last lineup. And as I speak, the office, Mike and I, and the colleague in the office, we're already working on finalizing 2022 series of 4 Lekgotlas per month. So by end of June, we will unleash the 2022 lineup of 4 Lekgotlas per month. That is 4 times 12. That means learning is taken to the next level.
I'm already challenged by that planning alone. It just makes me feel out of place.
Yeah, our philosophy is we have to be a year ahead in planning, because remember, you want people to line up their own personal development plans according to what you are going to make available. And because we are so affordable, it really makes sense for people to take membership and plan. So if you take all the topics I've lined up today, these are all professional management services that actually qualify and create capacity for you to become a consultant, a facilitator, an advisor, a mentor, a coach. Literally, we are actually a factory of knowledge at 250 rands per year plus 250 per month.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna have to do this often, just to get people to be aware of our club, and so that they can also see the importance of why should they be part of COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club. Because there's so many people who are sitting without information or with a wish. I wish I could belong to a group that offers this, or there's this information that I need. And young entrepreneurs, information that I get from COMETSA, I probably would not be able to afford it. Even when they say spend money to make money, the money you spend on mentorship, the money you spend on advice, it becomes more than what you are making already, because you are still gathering information and trying to take the correct route. And with money that you don't have, or with capital that you don't have, you find yourself spending a lot. So I would advise that, when you're part of COMETSA, it becomes, pretty much affordable for startups. And even for those that are already entrepreneurs and they've never went through mentorship programs or any other, informative concepts like Lokota and all that.
Absolutely. Great stuff. So yeah, I think we can stop there, and I agree with you. We'll have regular talks with many other members who have experienced it and share with people out there so that they don't miss out.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's also remind the listeners that we also have a COMETSA Radio worldwide that is streaming 24/7, and we have series of shows in the evenings that they can go to cometsaradio.com or cometsaradio.worldwide.com and really enjoy our beautiful shows. We have coming tomorrow the ICT 101 conversation at 1800 hours South African Standard Time. We have Judith Khoroba and Muligwe Pajana hosting that show. It's going to be lit with a young man called Oradile. I forgot Oradile's surname. Mike, do you remember Oradile's surname? How can I do this?
Selebo.
Yeah, Selebo. Oradile Selebo, who's a SEP Success Facilitators consultant. And then, of course, we have on Wednesday, the big one. Wednesday is inaugural show as well, human resources management and human resources development and management 101 conversation with the MTN Group Chief Human Resources Officer, Mr. Paul Norman. And we will be also having a conversation at the same time or the time before the CEO of the IPM, Dr. Jerry Gule, and that is really going to be lit. And of course, and then as we have said, the highlight will then be on Saturday, the internal and external mentors network, the Lekgotla Way. Great week ahead of us. Any closing remarks from your side before we overstretch it?
Well, thank you very much for your time, and making me feel that I'm really part of COMETSA family.
Beautiful. You are, indeed. Michael?
Yes, no, looking forward to the success of 2021, and hopefully we'll get more members on our COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club so that they can engage and work with us this journey of empowering both young and adults.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sure the the listeners and our members, supporters, and friends will find it useful. I will take your advice, Tendani, that we will schedule regular talks like this, just informing people about the work that COMETSA Friends and Supporters Club is doing, and giving them the reasons why they should belong. It really is very cheap for what they get, and it is not about the money. It's about really creating the opportunity to develop ourselves, develop the nation, the continent, and the world at large. Thank you very much, and you have a good time until we see you again. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.